Hey folks, welcome to VerifiedInvestingCrypto.com. My name is Gareth Soloway, Chief Market Strategist and Pro Trader here. This is a new website I launched about a month ago, folks. We trade purely cryptocurrencies on a swing trade basis. We analyze charts. Everything we do is technically based. So that's the beauty of it. There's no FOMO. There's none of this nonsense. And that's why I'm doing this free video today to kind of showcase some of the things that I'm seeing in the cryptocurrency market, specifically on the Bitcoin chart that I want us to pay attention to over the next 2 months or so, 1 month, something like that. All right, so what I looked here and what's kind of striking me on the Bitcoin chart is that you can see this former head and shoulders. And this is the head and shoulders that I called perfectly. This kind of was a claim to fame, in other words. You had this head and shoulder pattern here, right? And then basically what happened was when you broke the neckline, I calculated the exact target by taking this high, dropping a plumb line down to that point. If you take that distance and you take the break point, it's identical. So I called 30,000 and it went right to 30,000 right there. Same distance, same length. And that is, again, a head and shoulders, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder, and breakdown right there to target. So that was right to the dead target. I gave 30,000. Now, what's concerning me is that the same type of thing is starting to pop up here again. The only difference, this one is bigger, which means a bigger drop to the downside. Now, I still think Bitcoin, and you can ask members this, I still think Bitcoin goes a little higher first and as it forms its right shoulder, but you have to start monitoring this pattern in case it starts to form the right shoulder and then eventually break lower. So what do I mean by that? Well, why is it the same? Let's talk about this. Well, what you can see here is on this previous one going back to, February all the way through May when the breakdown occurred, you had the shoulder, then you had this M-top head, right? M-top head. And now that's important because basically over here you have a shoulder, and then look at this, M-top head again, okay? So notice how high, higher, high, high, higher, high, M-top head. Then we're in the process potentially of forming this shoulder. Now, listen, this shoulder could not form. Maybe it doesn't. This is all. My point is, as a technical trader, I'm looking 3 steps ahead because I need to be prepared for these types of things as a technical trader. I'm not going to let FOMO or fear rule me, but it's something that has to be on the radar as a technical trader, right? So again, the key is here. Look at this, folks. If this here is the head and shoulders, right? We had the head and shoulder here. Here was your neckline right here. Well, your neckline would be right here, which would be when you broke this line, this would be the breakdown. What you would do is you take this distance, drop a plumb line down, and then you take that same distance. And if it does form, so to form, we would probably want to go up a little bit more here, then roll over. All right. Then if it breaks, that's when it triggers, when it breaks the neckline here. Then you would have to do that same length. And you know where that takes you? Basically down here. All right, that's crazy, folks. So again, preliminary pattern, it may not come to fruition, but I just want to throw it out there as a good technician does as you look at all cases. Now, listen, we could go up eventually, like I've said, we're likely on Bitcoin headed to 100,000, 500,000. I'm a huge longer term bull, but in the short term, you have to recognize what's going on in the markets. You have to worry about deleveraging and all these other things that I've talked about. And again, if this pattern forms, you can calculate your target and you get a 17. So basically from this high to this line is $26,000. This break point would be around around 43,000. You subtract 26,000 from that, you get 17,000. So again, it's just interesting. Keep it on your radar. Maybe it doesn't form, but as a good technician, we have to be looking at all angles. Same thing on the other side, that if you come up here and take out this high, then that head and shoulders is 100% negated and it no longer is valid. So as a technical trader, you can look at both sides. So just something I wanted to throw out there, folks. Again, this is VerifiedInvestingCrypto.com. Come check it out. Again, I do videos every single day with teaching like this and analysis on multiple cryptocurrencies. We go over the positions we currently have. I give out new trade alerts when new trades come up that I take. It is an awesome service. Come check it out. Again, VerifiedInvestingCrypto.com. Take care.